Welcome to the Deep Dive. Here we dig into your sources, looking for those hidden gems, the surprising links, and the insights that really make you go, aha. Today, we're taking a plunge into a classic but maybe less familiar German fairy tale.
That's right. It's called Spindle, Weberschiffchen und Nadel, which translates to spindle, shuttle, and needle.
Sounds simple enough.
It does on the surface.
Yeah.
But as we unpack it in this deep dive, you'll find it's actually a pretty profound look at things like value, what labor really means, and maybe even how destiny gets woven together.
Okay, so our mission for you today, let's go beyond just the enchanting story. Let's see if we can uncover the surprising ideas stitched into it.
Like, what does this story really say about being rich or poor?
Yeah, and how do these, totally ordinary tools suddenly become agents of huge change?
Get ready. It's a world where hard work meets, well, magic. And worth isn't quite what it seems.
All right, let's get into it. The story starts with a young girl. She's orphaned very young, tragically.
Mm-hmm. And she's taken in by her godmother.
Who lives a pretty humble life, right? Making ends meet by spinning, weaving, sewing, the traditional crafts.
Exactly. And what's really interesting is what the godmother leaves behind. The girl's 15, the godmother's dying, and she doesn't leave her like a pile of gold.
No.
She leaves her the house, which is important, shelter, and the tools. The spindle, the shuttle, the needle, the very thing she used to make her living.
And something else too, right? A kind of blessing.
Crucially, yes.
Nah.
She tells her, just keep God in your heart and you will do well. It's more than just tools. It's a whole approach to life being passed down.
And what happens next is key. The godmother passes, the girl's alone, and she just works, diligently uses these tools.
And the text says, a blessing rested on everything she did.
It's almost literal magic, like the flax in her room multiplies on its own.
Uh-huh. And whatever she makes, cloth, carpets, shirts, it sells immediately. And people pay generously.
So she's not just getting by, she actually has enough to share with others.
Right. So what does this tell us about inheritance? What's the real wealth here?
Yeah, it's not just the physical objects.
No. It seems to be the skill, the knowledge, the work ethic.
And that blessing, which seems to guarantee success.
It's like the inheritance is the capacity to produce, combined with this, let's call it, spiritual favor that ensures abundance. It really sets the stage for how value is understood in this story.
Okay, so things are going well for her in her own way. But then the story takes a really interesting turn with the king's son.
Ah, yes, the quest for a bride.
But his criteria are, well, unique.
Definitely not standard royal procedure.
Yeah.
He says a poor one he would not choose and a rich one he would not.
So what's left?
He says, she shall be my wife who is at once the poorest and the richest.
Poorest and richest. How does that even work?
It's a complete paradox, isn't it? If you connect it to what we were just saying, he's rejecting the usual measures.
He's not after status or, land or gold.
Exactly.
Oh.
He seems to be looking for something deeper, maybe a spiritual kind of wealth, something that isn't obvious on the surface. He's challenging the whole system.
So he rides into the village asking around, who's the richest? Who's the poorest?
And they point him first to the richest girl. She's sitting outside her house, all dressed up.
Flaunting it.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And he just looks at her.
Says nothing.
Says nothing. Rides on.
Wow. Okay.
That silence is powerful, though. It's a clear rejection of that superficial display. It doesn't meet his unusual standard.
So then he gets to our girl's house, the one the village calls the poorest.
Right. And she's not waiting at the door putting on a show.
No, he spots her through the window. It's sunny, and she's just working, sitting at her spinning wheel.
Just doing her thing. Diligently.
She looks out, sees him, blushes.
Little human moment there.
Yeah, but then looks down and just keeps spinning. He watches for a bit, then rides away again.
But then she gets up, goes to the window, opens it.
And says something about the heat.
Yeah, it's so hot in the room. But she's watching him right away, isn't she? Until his hat, the white feathers, disappear.
What do you make of that whole scene? It seems so subtle.
Oh, it's huge. He sees her authentically working hard, productive, despite her humble setting, her blush, her quick return to work. It speaks volumes about her character, her self-possession.
And her looking after him.
It shows a flicker of interest, right? A
Yeah.
connection that's forming without any grand words. That's her quiet dignity, her industry. That's the richness he seems to be sensing.
Okay, so he's ridden off. She goes back to her work. But then something happens.
This is where the magic really kicks in.
She remembers something her godmother used to say or sing.
A little rhyme. She sings, "Spindle, Spindle, go out now, bring the suitor to my house." And the spindle just leaps out of her hand,
Right.
dances out the door, across the field,
Oh, yeah.
leaving this trail of glittering golden thread behind it.
A literal golden thread.
Literally, it's not just a tool anymore. It's active. It's creating a path spun from her own work, essentially.
And it leads the king's son back.
Directly. He sees it and says, "What do I see? The spindle wants to show me the way." He gets it. He turns his horse and follows that thread.
Okay, so the spindle's off doing its thing. What about the shuttle?
Right, she can't spin anymore, so she picks up the shuttle, sits at her loom, and sings again. "Shuttle, shuttle, weave so fine, bring the suitor here to mine."
And what does the shuttle do? Weave him a welcome mat.
Oh, much more than that. It leaps up and weaves this incredibly beautiful carpet right there on her doorstep.
Like instantly.
Instantly. The description is amazing roses, lilies, vines on a gold background, animals like deer and rabbits peeking out, birds in the branches.
So vivid, it says they almost look like they could sing.
Exactly. It transforms her humble doorway into something, well, magical, royal almost, all through the art of weaving, her skill made manifest.
Okay, spindle's out, shuttle's busy. That leaves the needle.
She picks up the needle, sings again. "Needle, needle, sharp and fine, clean the house for my suitor."
And how does that needle clean a house?
It flies around the room, as swift as lightning. Like invisible spirits are at work, but it's her needle, her command.
And the result?
Instant transformation. Tables and benches get covered in green cloth, chairs in velvet, silk curtains appear at the windows.
Wow, so it's not just cleaning, it's like fully redecorating, making it fit for a king's son.
Precisely. It completes the picture. Her humble home is now radiant, prepared by the magic of her sewing skill.
And just as the needle finishes,
She sees him, the white feathers on his hat.
he's followed the golden thread, he gets off his horse, steps onto this amazing carpet the shuttle made,
Enters the house that the needle just transformed.
and she's standing there,
Yeah.
still in her poor dress.
The text says she glowed in it like a rose in a bush.
That glow again, it's not the clothes.
No, it's absolutely not the clothes. It's her inner quality shining through. Her diligence, her character, the blessing. It's her true richness made visible. He was right.
And then he says it, the words we've been building up to.
"You are the poorest and also the richest. Come with me. You shall be my bride."
And her reaction?
Silence. But she offers him her hand.
Acceptance. Trust.
Exactly. She doesn't need to argue or explain. Her work, the magic, her presence, it's all said it for her.
He kisses her, puts her on his horse, takes her to the castle. Happy ending.
A very joyful wedding, yes. And there's one final detail. The spindle, shuttle, and needle.
What happens to them?
They're placed in the royal treasury, kept safe and held in great honor.
That's significant. They're treated like crown jewels.
It really underscores the whole point, doesn't it? The real treasures weren't gold or gems in the end. They were the tools of honest work, the skills she possessed, and that blessing that made it all flourish. True value recognized.
So, wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway for you listening to this deep dive into spindle, shuttle, and needle?
Well, I think it's a powerful nudge to reconsider what we mean by value.
Yeah, it's clearly not just about what's on the surface or what society typically labels as rich or poor.
Right. The king's son wasn't fooled by appearances. He wanted that mixed humility on the outside, but this incredible inner richness.
A richness that came from her hard work, her skill, and maybe that touch of grace or blessing.
And it really challenges us, to look past the obvious. Her poverty was just a lack of stuff. Her richness was her character, her ability to create, and that force multiplier of the blessing.
The tools didn't just do magic, they sort of revealed who she already was.
Exactly. They amplified her inherent worth and literally paved the way, that golden thread, for her destiny. It suggests the magic isn't some external force, but something activated by our own dedicated efforts.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? What are the tools you possess? Maybe skills or qualities you overlook?
Things that seem humble, maybe?
Yeah. Could they, with a bit more focus, a bit more heart, weave a surprising path for you? Are there overlooked blessings, maybe just persistence or kindness, that are already turning your efforts into something valuable?
It's a beautiful illustration, I think, of how diligent work, even when nobody's watching, even in simple circumstances, can create its own opportunities. It can reveal a depth of richness that, honestly, money can't buy.
A really timeless lesson about those unseen inner qualities and their profound impact.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into such an enchanting and really insightful fairy tale.
We hope you walk away looking at richness just a little bit differently.